In this video, we're going to talk about why do good stocks, blue chip stocks, stocks that are considered amazing, stocks that have good brands, why do they go down or why don't they go up at all? So if you want to know more about that, you have to check this video out. Hey guys, so let me set the framework of this video. As you all know, stocks in the market, and I've made so many videos about it on why do stocks move up and down, why do stocks go up, why do stocks go down, and I've talked about it several times that more buyers bring the prices up, more sellers bring the prices down, that it's predominantly over the short term pushed and moved via supply and demand, pushed and moved via news, and over the long term it's the valuations, it's how good the company is that would bring it up. But the topic of this video is focusing on why do good stocks go down. And to set the framework for all of this is a question that was sent by Alan Ramirez from Orange County in California. His question is, "Hi Sir Marvin, I'm an avid fan. I'm a fan of your videos. I think I'm one of your biggest fans. I have watched already almost 500 videos from your channel alone in just 4 months. Keep it up. My question is, I bought a lot of good stocks, but they seem to not go up at all. Why does this happen? They are one of the biggest in the Philippines, but why don't they go up at all? I need your input on this. Thank you, Alan Ramirez." Thank you, Alan Ramirez from Orange County, California, sending this. And thank you so much. I've realized that there's so many people from the US who are watching my videos. To our kababayans there from the US and Canada and the UK, thank you so much. I'll keep on pumping as much videos as I can as possible because I want you guys to be educated. I want you guys to learn more. And I really do hope that while you're there, keep on hustling, keep on working. But for those that want to invest in the Philippines, keep on investing as well, keep on putting in money also, so that you not just help the economy, but you find an additional source of income for you outside the country where you're currently working. And to most of you who want to send questions, please put it in the comment section and we're gonna try to filter out and see the best ones, and we're gonna try to make videos on top of it. But for those who want to send personal questions, just DM me on Instagram and I'll try to read as much as I can there. And if I could make a video based on your questions also, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do it for you guys. So by the way, if you're new to this channel, my name's Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I make daily videos on the stock market with just one goal in mind. I just want you to be educated. I want to teach you. I want to change the narrative of how Filipinos win, invest, and I really believe that the stock market is still one of the greatest ways for you to make money. One of the greatest ways for you that if you know what you're getting into, it's a good way for you to grow wealth over the long term. Now, back to the topic. So based on his question, no, Alan was basically asking blue chip companies or companies that are profitable. So essentially, these are your large cap stocks. These are companies that have good records of profitability. These are companies that over the past few years have amazing brands that a lot of people have wanted them, liked them because of who they are as a company. Please remember context also. This video is being filmed July 2020. That we are still in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic. But again, the principles that I will share here are all timeless. You can watch this 10 years into the future and the principles will still work because the right principles work regardless of time. As the pandemic is happening, there's also sentiment that's pushing either the stocks downward, regardless if they're regarded as blue chip. Now, I have 5 reasons to share on why I believe good stocks are down. Comment below and say 5. Comment below, I'm excited. Comment below, I want to learn more. Now, first reason, I really believe that good stocks go down because investors are anticipating bearish news. Investors are anticipating that there's an expectation of probably bad earnings. And if there's one good example that you could actually look at, was the drop last March 2020. It's not just Ayala Corp, Ayala Land, BPI, BDO, SM Prime, GT Cap, but majority of the stocks in the stock exchange during March 2020 all dropped down. Why? Because people were already anticipating, investors were already anticipating that because of the coronavirus, because of the lockdown, the economy would be hit. Earnings would not be so good. So no matter how good the company is, if people are anticipating that, hey, because of this particular issue, the company may not do so well. Please remember the keyword that I'm saying. People are thinking that the company may not do so well. Why am I saying this? Because no one knows yet but they're just anticipating. When a lot of people think that way, when a lot of people are anticipating it that way, of course, more sellers will bring the prices down. And that's something very, very important for you to know because think about this very, very well. If they're wrong and the stock is battered down, suddenly they will start rushing back and buy the stock again. But that's still way off, way further into the future. So if it's 6 months, 9 months from now, the info, the data of whatever bearish news people are anticipating, it won't be materialized after 6, 9 months down the line. Even the videos that I said that we will enter into a recession this year, people were already saying that last March pa lang, but the data that we are officially in a recession will come out August 2020. That's what I'm trying to say. So good stocks go down, not because we're sure that it's really bad already, but people are just anticipating that bad news are about to happen. That's why the stock market is a forward-looking market because people that are thinking way ahead, that are probably also speculating on a probable outcome, and their outcome is more bearish than what it's supposed to be. Number two, this is where the rubber meets the road. Why? Sometimes good stocks that are considered blue chip that have great brands, the stock may be fundamentally bad, meaning they're going down or not going up because their earnings might be down. Their earnings might be decreasing. Their earnings might be flat. Please don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean that they're losing money. It doesn't mean that they're negative. It probably means that they're not just growing at the pace that people wanted it to be, or they're not just doing well as what is expected of them. For example, there's a company that's expected to grow 5%, but suddenly they just grow by 1%. They're underperforming. If they're underperforming, a lot of investors would see that, why would I hold on to a stock that's underperforming when there's another competitor of that stock in the market that's overachieving, overperforming, or they're probably thinking this. Think about it. Kung dalawa lang sila sa industry, this other stock went from 5% projection of growth and they just did 1%. So the common rationale would be, if they just grew by 1%, saan pumunta yung kita? Probably sa competitor nila. And then people will sell this down and transfer to the other one. Or in the same way, if you've been following my videos on dividends, remember, there are some investors that are in it for dividends. If fundamentally the dividends does not make sense for them, they're gonna get out also. And that's why the stock would not go up or the stock would continue to go down because the ones that bought it because of the dividends, they're not probably there anymore. They're not gonna buy into it or they're gonna stay on the sidelines until they see things get better. So that's why it's so important not to fall in love with the brand, not to fall in love because you think it's big, but you fall in love because the numbers are telling you that it's really, 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 really good. So sometimes the stock really brand-wise is good, but fundamentally, it's not as good as what it used to be. Number three, short-term sentiment is just really bad. You have to remember that majority of the money in the Philippines is still foreign institutions either buying or selling. And what they do with the market here will greatly influence their buying and selling patterns. So let me give you an example. 2018, inflation was high. Interest rates in the US were higher than the Philippines. What does that mean? The narrative for a lot of foreign investors is, why not I just transfer my money from the Philippines back to the US? Because if we place our money on fixed rate investments there, we would earn at a higher effect. So that's what I'm saying, that there may be certain underlying conditions for the short term that would cause investors to move their money around, that there may be underlying conditions for the short term that it may not be as attractive to invest in the stock market. Please remember, it's not just the stock market that's an asset class where people can put in their money. There are other asset classes too. And if interest rates are high, where large funds could get a fixed rate of return, for a higher earning potential, then they're gonna move it there also. Or in the same way, similar to point number one, that people are anticipating more bearish news, this is also people anticipating bearish news for the short term. That there may be something, there may be a policy, there may be something that could hit that company. And I hope that makes sense for you. I hope this is something that's helping you. Number four, risks associated to the stock. And just to make it super simple, Manila Water end of 2019, MPI end of 2019 connected to Maynilad, there were risks that the franchise of Maynilad, the franchise of Manila Water may not be renewed by 2022. And of course, if you're an investor, if they cannot operate, if they cannot renew, then the possibility of them earning and all of their assets would be put to waste. Those are risks, similar to what happened also to ABS-CBN. The risk of them not being able to renew their franchise was pretty much there and was pretty much overhanging. So the reason why also, if you remember it from 2016, the stock price of ABS-CBN was around 60 pesos per share, and gradually it started to drop also as the date of them being renewed, as the year started to come close to the date of them being renewed, or the deadline of their franchise. Another example for risk associated for the stock, think about it, trade war. One of the biggest risks there is the export of chips, the export of electronics, and that's why you would see at that point in time, when there was a lot of issues about the trade war, a lot of export-related companies that were exporting to the US and China, especially the ones that are connected to electronics, from Surtech to IMI, they were the ones that were greatly hit. Number five, and you can see it here, I'm gonna post a couple of charts here. These are stocks that are in a downtrend. These are more for people who want to analyze stocks from a technical analysis point of view. And as you're looking at it, and as you can see it now, stocks that are in a downtrend will continue to go down until something shifts, until proven otherwise. Even though they're a good company, they're financially sound, even though there may not be any projections that things are bad, but if they're in a downtrend, if they're continually pushing down, then it will continue to go down still also until we see any reversal patterns in the charts. And I'll say this over and over, a stock can be in a downtrend not just for days. Sometimes it lasts for weeks, sometimes it lasts for months, and sometimes it even lasts for years. That's why if you know how to understand technical analysis, that's why I believe technical analysis is the game. That's why I wrote books and created seminars about it, because if you know how to understand technical analysis, you know how to understand the charts, you know how to understand price action also, it will help you know where the market is in the grand scheme of things. So why do good stocks drop? Why do fundamentally sound stocks drop? Why do companies that are considered blue chips continue to drop? Because from a price and sentiment standpoint, they're also on downtrends. From a price and sentiment standpoint, they're really in a portion where they haven't really reversed yet. So comment below if you're learning, comment if this is something that's helping you. Now, I gave you 5 reasons, and they're not the only reasons. There could be other parameters and reasons on why good stocks are down. But now we are in that scenario, you either own the stock or you have cash. What should you do? I have 2 tips for you that could possibly help you, that could guide you when you are in that position. Number 1, remember what I said, the stock is in a downtrend. So you just respond based on what the charts are telling you. What do I mean by that? If you see the stock's in a downtrend, then you just wait for the stock to get out of the downtrend. You just wait for a reversal. As you can see here, I'm posting several charts here of stocks that were formerly in a downtrend, but you exercised patience. You did not do anything. You waited for it to escape the downtrend. You waited for it to start to reverse, and you started to come in. If you are a person who's following charts, you are a person who's following technical analysis, all you have to do is, while the stock is in a downtrend, to stay in cash. All you have to do is to not do anything until it's still trending down. All you have to do is to be patient. And then when it starts to reverse, when it starts to escape the downtrend, that's when you start to deploy capital. And that's where conviction comes in also, that the time you waited while it was going down and you were doing nothing, now it's starting to go up again. Now it's starting to reverse. Now is the best time for you to add. Now is the best time for you to position, because it's now starting to reverse. But I'll say this over and over. When a stock is reversing, look at it. You're not buying it at the bottom, because the name of the game, if you want to make money, is to never catch the bottom. No one can catch the bottom. No one can pinpoint the exact lowest point of the stock. That's why I keep telling people, don't try to find the lowest point of the stock. Just try to identify reversals. So if you know how to identify a reversal, that will help you massively. You've already won. You've already won. You just need to practice and you just need to execute. That's tip number one. Tip number two, these are naman for investors. The first tip basically are for people who know how to trade. These are for people who know how to follow the trend. But if you don't know anything about technical analysis, but you do know that the company that you're analyzing, the company that you own, the company that you want to buy is fundamentally sound. If the stock is down, but the company is fundamentally sound, nothing has changed. It's just a shift on short-term sentiment, but the business is good, the earnings are good. There's no threat to what it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years from now. Then what should you do? You buy, you add, with the notion that if you buy right now, there's still a risk that it could possibly go down, but you're not buying it based on the price. You are buying it because of the company. You're buying it because of the valuations. You're buying it because you believe it's good. And that's the name of the game. You buy it because the fundamentals warrant it. You buy it that even because it's down right now, even because it's not going up, your parameter for buying it is the fundamentals. That's why I've been saying it over and over and over. If you want to be good in investing in the stock market, either you master technicals or you master fundamentals, or if you know both, that's super, super strong. And that's why I don't need to ask my friend. I don't need to ask a lot of people on how I analyze my stocks or what should I buy. Because all you need to know is technicals, all you need to know is fundamentals, and if you can combine them, I think that's what will allow you to win in the markets over the long term. So to summarize everything that I said, for you to win, even though stocks are down, you need to identify what causes those stocks to go down. And what you need to do, create a strategy that will allow you to be profitable, that works for you, that works based on your capital, your risk tolerance, your time horizon, and deploy money with that, and deploy conviction with that, and deploy competence with that. Because competence leads to confidence, and confidence leads to conviction. So there, those are some reasons. I hope it gave you enough insight, but not just reasons, but it also gave you analysis on what are you supposed to do when you are in that situation. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope you stayed also up until this part. Comment below if you stayed. Comment below if you're learning. Comment if this is something that's helping you. Because if it does, appreciate it if you could press the like button. You could share this. Let's spread financial literacy to more and more and more and more and more Filipinos, to everyone else, so that we see this generation of Filipinos being better, richer, stronger as well. By the way, if you want to go into a deep dive into this, if you want to learn more about investing in the market, in the description below, I have 5 books about the basics of the market. They're all available. You can order them via Shopee, or I have 2 online courses, one with Chinkee Tan, one with Sean Si, Tagalog version of the stock market, English version with entrepreneurship with Sean Si. They're all in the description below. And I have different playlists also in the description talking about different topics, from REITs to ETFs to IPOs to technical analysis to fundamentals. They're all in the description. Plus all of the other links below if you want to learn more about me and about the things that I do as well. So there, I hope you guys got a lot, and I hope Alan Ramirez from Orange County in California, I hope that this is something that gave you enough insight. I hope that this is something that also is helping you to be able to trade the markets with confidence. It's just nice to see more and more Filipinos be so interested about the markets, and I'm gonna never stop doing this because I really believe that you deserve better. I really believe that in a time that there's so much uncertainty, videos like this are so important because they give not just information, but it's a break from all the negativity around social media. That's why you'll never see me talk negative in this channel, because we're gonna talk about info, but we're not just gonna talk about info. We're gonna talk inspiration, and we're gonna talk something that will uplift you. Because at the end of the day, people respond better when they're pushed up. People respond better when their life is spoken into them. And that's all I want. I speak life into you. I speak life into your situation, where whatever you're going through, I know you will get out of this. And as you get out of this, you will get out bigger, better, stronger. This is not, they always say this too shall pass, but it's not just about that. For sure this will pass. But when this passes, you will be bigger, you will be better, you will be stronger, you will be richer. And do not let this crisis come to waste. Use this crisis to position you, to let you grow, and to let you get richer. So that's it for now. Marvin Germo. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.